Hello guys, my name is Sadona Isaac, and today I'm going to give you an introduction to Unreal Engine on how to make a level sequence in Unreal Engine 5. And I'm going to divide this video into two because this video is going to carry a level sequence while my second video is going to carry a timeline, which is a blueprint class. That is, a timeline is an animation you can make, and you can use it in other level, and you can also duplicate it, while a level sequence can just be made for a level and you cannot even duplicate it. So we are going to start with a level sequence, so let's get straight into it. So first and foremost, what we are going to do is to bring in a box, which I am going to use as my elevator. You can use anything you want, either a door or anything, and I'm going to also bring a box trigger also. So we're going to go to our place actor and look for a cube and bring in the cube, and we're going to scale it. And also we are going to bring in a box trigger. So what we are going to do next is to create a level sequence for this cube. So we are going to go over to this icon and add in a level sequence. So I have already created a folder for it. You can just create a new folder to drop your sequence there to make everything clean. So I'm going to rename the sequence. Let's just call it level sequence 1, and we are going to click save. So it's now open. So I'm going to reduce the timeline over here so that it won't be long, and we are going to click the empty space here to access our box and also our box trigger. So I'm going to right click and go to actors to sequence, and this is we have not clicked our box yet, so we are going to go to our game preview and click on our box, then right click the empty space on our sequence and go to actor to sequence, and we are going to bring it in. This is our cube over here, but there are other ways to do it. You can just press escape key on when you are in the game mode panel to deselect everything. Then when you come to the empty space here, you can just right click, go to the actor to sequence, then you can search the object. But the easier way to do it is what I have shown you already. So what we are going to do next is to bring in our box trigger. So we are going to right click the empty space and also bring it in. And right now we are going to add an animation to the cube. So we are going to make use of the location. Just open the transform and move to the location of the cube. So we are going to click on this little circle out in here and draw this line to the last end. Then we are going to move this box from the state it is to another position. Then we are going to click this location again. So this little line, this straight line over here, shows that it has already made an animation for our cube. So if we play it over here in our sequence, it's going to go back, and if we play it again, if we play it, that this is reverse and this is play. So we are going to do the same for our box trigger. So we are going to click on our box trigger, and there is something I need to tell you. When we bring in our box into our sequence, it automatically create a transform track for it. But when we bring in our trigger box to our sequence, it did not create anything for it. So since we want to make a transform track for it to work the same with the cube, we are going to create a transform track for it. So we are going to click on this plus icon and go to transform track. So it's going to create one for us. Then we're going to open the transform and click on the location. Then we are going to draw the line just the way we did for the cube. Alright, so what we are going to do next is to move on to our level blueprint and start setting the code for the animation to work. So we are going to bring it back and we are going to save it on over here, but if you like you can just leave it like that. And the next thing we're going to do now is to open our blueprint so that we can access our box trigger over there. We are going to open our level blueprint. So to access our box trigger, we need to click it for it to be active before we can access it in our class blueprint. If we do not do that, we won't be able to access it over there. So we just have to click it. So when we right click the empty space in our blueprint, our level blueprint, it's going to show us a reference to our box trigger, which is on our game scene. And what we are going to access is an actor begin overlap, which is add-on actor begin overlap. This add-on actor begin overlap, it means whenever our player come in contact with the trigger box, which is this trigger box over here, it's going to fire a code. So the code we are going to fix in here. So we are still going to bring in another code from the box trigger. So we are going to open the add event for trigger box. Then we are going to open the collision and bring in add on actor end overlap. I believe you could understand the logic. This on actor begin overlap will begin the animation whenever the player collide or touches the trigger box, and when the player goes out of the trigger box, then the on actor end overlap will happen. So I'm going to show you how it works. So let's go back to our game panel and we are going to look for our sequence. Where is our sequence? Alright, this is it. So we are going to access it in our blueprint. So we're going to call the reference first, because all the components we need is inside the level sequence. So we are going to draw a wire or rope, anything you call it. Then we are going to search for play sequence. So this is what we are looking for, play sequence, and we are going to hook it up to our on actor begin overlap, and we are also going to drag from the level sequence, or if you like you can just create a new one. They are all the same, they are going to work the same. Then we are going to search for play reverse, so that whenever we come in contact with the on actor begin overlap, it's going to play the animation, and whenever we come out of the box trigger, it's going to play the reverse, which means it's going to come back to its normal state. So let's bring in the play reverse. this is our play reverse, and we are going to hook it up to our connector end overlap, and we are going to compile, then go back to our level, and I think everything is done. So we are going to play the game so that we can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so immediately we climb up on the box. I know we have already collided with the box trigger. That is when the animation fired. That is, it fired the animation and it's made the box go up. But whenever our player comes down from the box, it's not going to go back to its normal state. There will be some error, and that is what I'm going to show you right now. So we are going to press the escape key and we are going to come back to our sequence. So here is the error. Here is where the error is coming from. So in our sequence, we are going to click on the cube, open the transform, then our location, that place we made the animation. We are going to right click on the animation and go to property. Then this is where the problem is coming from. So if we open this project default, we are going to set it to keep state, and we are going to do the same for the box trigger, so that whenever we collide with the trigger box for the connector begin overlap, it's going to go up, and whenever we go out of it, it's going to make it to come back to its normal state, so it will be working independently. So we are going to do the same for the box trigger. Alright, I think it's now done. So we are going to play the game again so that you can see what I'm talking about. And when we come down, it's going to go back. So I believe this has solved your problem, and for those who are looking for ways to solve that little problem I just fixed right now, I believe everything is now solved. So please subscribe to my channel, and more of this kind of video will be coming on. So in our next video, we are going to talk about timeline, which is done in a blueprint class. So stay safe, and I will meet you in the next video. Bye bye.